read what happened last time, a long time ago.
I know, a long time ago, back in February, apparently. Well, it began with Sage and Cheshire having a talk a bit after seeing, I believe, Gertrude off to speak with Strahd, as, talked about, well, Cheshire giving the options to Gertrude about what her experience is going to be, or what teacher she kind of wants, basically, as there are a couple interested parties, and gave the decision up to Gertrude, who wanted to go with the Spy Master. But like I said, we were interrupted by Strahd on our way there, as he wished to escort her, aka have a talk and chat with her. Regardless, Cheshire is on Gertrude's side and wanted to ensure she would be given the best possible future someone can in her situation. Regardless, we said our goodbyes as Cheshire went around asking about the invasion, learning about apparently it's coming up not in a few days and everyone is on standby, and she seems to be willing and happy to join in that task. Xerxes, on the other hand, is back in Barovia having a grand time as he is having breakfast with the Wagner family, and Fiona Wagner as well seemed to be particularly interested in his abilities, as she asked if he'd be willing to teach her daughter in exchange for, well, essentially commerce doesn't really exist here, favors and such, and bartering systems is best how this place is run in their economy, and offering to see if Xerxes is willing to do such a thing in exchange for teaching for her young daughter, who magical capabilities is really much unknown, but a chance to attain that is still very rare and very worth the effort, it seems, as Xerxes was said yes to her request, essentially. Before he made his way off to go exploring the city. Mainly summoned by the church, as he wanted to take a look around and ask a couple of questions at the small monastery, who were surprised to see such a creature like Xerxes, as he is a devil spawn, or a tiefling, basically, as they answered some questions, but the more Xerxes asked, the less they were able to give him information, and decide to eventually just let him into the church library to slate his inquisitive mind, essentially, as he looked up apparently how old the church was, which is quite old, so hard to even tell the exact date, that it was funded apparently by Saint Andals, who took up arms against Lord Strahd many years ago, and well, as he went further in, seems to be most information is more stories and histories and analogies against the Morning Lord as well. Nothing that seems to be evidently concrete or something that would be about teaching and learning. It seems that the best options you would have is to find someone who actually existed there, as most of it's kept vague about what happened and how it got to be, and where from Strahd's beginnings to the church and to, well, mainly a lot about the Morning Lord. Back at the castle, Sage as well spoke to Strahd after his conversation with Gertrude, as he seems to be aware that there's a situation going on in the background, as he was fighting with Petrina apparently about some of the risks she's been doing and trying to find information about what she knows about how the blood, his blood, was given to these vampires, but she seemed to be denied it. Like I said, Sage interrupted this heated argument and was able to stop Strahd from maybe pressing too much or going to piss Petrina off. Regardless, it seems that the tensions are running high, at least for Strahd at the right now. Whatever it is, Petrina's involved with something, but she won't tell, and Strahd knows that it's a problem, and he needs to speak with the Cheshire, which Sage went off to go find for him. The Cheshire was with Gertrude in the library as well. Gertrude seemed to be reading up on information about Velaki, as she has been given an assignment that she's a little not willing to share with Cheshire. The fact that she's to be aware of the customs and the locals. And that seems to be going well. Strahd asked a lot of questions, and, well, for at least Cheshire's sake, she wasn't really given much information in that regard. Though Cheshire, of course, reiterated to her that if she had any issues or any problems, she can always come to her. And this heartful conversation was interrupted by Sage, who brought Cheshire to Strahd to have a conversation, as he wanted to quiz us both or ask questions, how much we are aware about what's going on with Gertrude, about how this all happened, and more likely that she is lying about many things, and that there's a ploy playing in the background that seems to be going on. That Daru's situation was no accident, but a deliberate thing. And even then, saying that the village Burgomeister's bloodline apparently comes from a distinguished line of people who wouldn't necessarily fall against such manipulations or tactics. And they were always independent people, but someone's always been trying to muscle in on that situation to make sure people will be complying to someone else's decisions and ideas. Apparently the last person to have Daru was actually the commander, but she's always remained neutral, so couldn't possibly be her, or maybe there's something else that's changed in the background that he's not made aware of. Regardless, he asks about what our plans are. Cheshire seems to be not a long-term planning type of girl. Mostly, she wants to take part in the invasion and go from there, and see where that will take her. As Strahd said goodbye to her with a bit of despair and exaggeration about the whole situation. Apparently, Ergal's choices were not what he desired. Was hoping he would choose better. Seems Cheshire is very one note in requirement to her ideals, at least from Strahd's point of view, I believe. And then there's Xerxes, who's already left the castle and seems to be out. And Sage, as she pointed out to him, that she's a thief, so she's kind of already on the hook for whatever the situation is going on. And he has no influence in Vallaki to really do much to see what's going on. And, well, he has one other plan he can do, one other ploy. The last-ditch effort is to have Sage go and find Ergal for him, to find a way to get him and so they can replan or regroup, basically. And sadly, he's gone missing, as he's supposed to be escorting us, and has tasked Sage with using the mist, getting through the mist for her to essentially allow her to get to Vallaki, find Ergal, and the first step is to go to the last people that he was with or interacted with. Rudolf Lockrington, I believe, the vampire hunter who came not too long ago, who's been masquerading as a professor in Vallaki. Find him, and hopefully he'll be one step closer to finding Ergal. As Sage agreed, mostly because apparently Strahd looks very sad. As she said goodbye and made her way out, though had a bit of an interruption when she walked into Petrina, who was, wanted to have a chat. And it was very eye-opening one at that, as she seemed to be here to ensure that Sage isn't worrying about Strahd's happiness, that is keeping Strahd miserable, in line, and not causing problems. And it seems the more miserable he is, the happier she is. That he does not need to have such things, essentially. Sage can do whatever she likes, but Strahd must stay quiet and complacent. And whatever it is, seems that she wants that to be the play for Sage's situation. Sage did ask some questions about, at least Strahd told her the history they had about the, aggressive actions that would happen with her people that seems to have been so long ago, and the horrors that are, her people seem to acknowledge it as what it was. And, seemed there was a moment where she looked deeper and didn't really find much from Sage. As they said their goodbyes, and Cheshire again went back to Gertrude as she had a conversation with Strahd, to give her a bit more information. That seems like Gertrude was lying to her. So when she confronted her about that and asked her, what else have you been lying to me about, or you haven't been necessarily honest with me, Gertrude did say that she needed some help with something. That she was given a task to kill a man, a murderer, as everyone's been telling her, someone in Vallaki, and would she be willing to help her do this? She did ask questions, of course, but ultimately she agreed, as Gertrude hugged her and smiled, happy to have someone on her side, essentially. Later on, I believe after the invasion that took place, as our lovely Cheshire ran in there along with the other vampire lords and took a couple of bruises, but did very well. They had a conversation as well, as Cheshire told Sage, knowing that there's a lot more ties to this and what it could possibly mean for Gertrude, but understanding that there's something wrong going on here. Sage thanked Cheshire for the information, hope they can find a way that this works out for everyone and not, things don't get worse, essentially. As Cheshire said goodbye to Sage, and they had other tasks to do. Like I said, Xerxes is back at the monastery, reading about information and all these other things that were going on, coming with the conclusion about someone wanting people to essentially look at the Morning Lord as an important figure in their history, especially if you're trying to combat Shar's influence here, which seems to be something being spelled out in the background. As he said his goodbyes, he made his way to the tavern to enjoy himself, have a drink, have some fun. Though he eventually had Carl Wagner stopped by to see how he's doing. Apparently was surprised to see him, but willing to chat with him mostly about his mother and some of the family's very much political insight a bit. And try to be, a good guy, I guess, with Xerxes, hanging out, having fun, as Xerxes was listening into the tavern about rumors and such, but nothing of too much interest. Beasts being weird in the forest, the Stani and all that stuff, but things that don't really matter to him right now, we'll say, as Carl went about his way. Though he had another visitor in his stalker, Maeva, sorry. the Asimar of Shar, and she seemed to be more than happy to see Xerxes' journey and wanting to see him unravel, as she says. And seeing that he spent so much time at the church and Xerxes told her he wanted to learn a bit more history, she offered a chance for him to do so with someone who was there, a Dusk Elves by the name of Casimir. And if she were willing to put a good word so he could have a chance to get some more insight. And seems he agreed at the very least in that regard. It says, with the situation with Sage in Cheshire back at the castle, Cheshire was giving, Sage went off to Strahd to explain some things. Mainly, I believe she informed Strahd about the fact that the Burgomeister that was once there, Ismark and Irina, have already left for Vallaki, and to Strahd's despair. And the fact of the matter as well is that Gertrude has a mission to kill a man, and he probably knows exactly who it is, as Strahd is now realizing there's even more ploys going on. He decides to talk with Cheshire directly and let her know exactly that the assassination is a crime that will have massive consequences, basically. And more likely she was kept ignorant on this part. Might be a tool, probably. And that, well, when this whole thing is taken care of, that Gertrude will be a bodyguard for this man to ensure his safety, because Strahd has an idea that who they wish to take care of. And, well, with everything going on, they have to try to get Irina Ismark back, but that's another problem for a later date. But he needs Cheshire help, and Cheshire seems willing to help. They agree to this. And as well, after the invasion, Sage was giving her the name of Von Richter to go forward, as well as the fact that she has to be careful and try not to get in too much trouble, as Strahd used the mist to allow her to get to Vallaki without too much issue, as Cheshire went with Gertrude to go to Vallaki as her help. And eventually, Sage made it there and walked into Har Wagner, though had to decline his wonderful invitation for food as she made her way to complete her mission, eventually finding a young girl who was asking why she was asking so many questions, as she met Muriel, who seemed to be close to Von Richten and wanted to know if Sage was a spy, though she was honest with her as best she could be, and was told to wait here in the house that Rudolph was in, as he seems to be helping the Burgomeister here in Barovia with some type of task, rather. And I think that's where it lasts. Sage here waiting for Rudolph von Richten, Cheshire making her way into town and stumbling across a friendly fellow, I believe. And then I think Xerxes is still up into, doing his thing with the Wagners. I think that was the last stuff that happened.
In some time.
Mm-hmm.
I will mention that Cheshire did not go to Vallaki with Gertrude. Cheshire went on her own and ended up running into
Wagner. Carl Wagner.
one of the Wagner
Yes.
brothers. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what was the last thing each of you were doing?
I am going with Carl to his house.
That's right. What about Xerxes?
I spoke with Milva. She gave me, I think,
Yeah,
well,
she gave
something.
you the info about Casimir, but like, what
Yeah.
was the last thing you were doing?
I think heading to sleep.
Okay, so you're also at
It
the
was in the evening, yeah, when she
yeah,
gave
you're
the info.
also,
So we
also
go
at
tomorrow.
you're also at the Walker Mansion.
Yes.
What about Sage?
I'm in the house with Muriel waiting for Rudolph to come back, basically.
Okay, I was like, somebody was with the conspirators. Okay, it was you.
Yeah, I was. Yes.
Let me bait hate for a moment. Something. I can't believe my stock of Demon Shadow Ladies finally been exhausted.
Oh no. Gotta re-up.
I refuse to believe it. Oh, by the way, Red, that reminds me. I demand access to your Pinterest. Give it to me.
Don't I? Do you have a Pinterest thing, actually?
I do have a Pinterest account. Yes.
Yeah. That's the only way it seems to work with my thing, so hold on, give me 1 second. Give me your Pinterest ads.
We are implementing communism over here. We are redistributing your Pinterest to everybody. This is a people's republic.
This is a People's Republic.
No, that's I seems I'm running short.
It
Can't
might be just
believe
style.
this.
It might be just this fittingly styled.
Yeah, yeah, I'll post my thing real quick for you to send Red.
Yes.
I don't believe it. I do not believe the minds cannot be so easily.
It's fine. I'll just send him this one. We'll see. Let me bait him.
There you go. That's my Pinterest.
Fucking.
Is that your thing, Zaz?
Yes, it is my thing.
Okay.
Doesn't even exist.
Fucking hate, but like a fucking fish over here.
A phantasma.
Okay.
A Fata Morgana.
There's a lot of Zach has. This is Zach has 3. Is that yours?
No, my thing is just Zach and Hawes. There's no profile image. Nothing.
Okay. Is there a space in the middle, right?
Yes, there is.
Oh dear. Why are there so many
hold
Zach
on.
costs?
Hold on. You might have better luck with this because when I click on my profile, it does have this as well. So you might have better luck with this. Let's see, Hawes 101.
Yeah, that might be the one. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. I sent it to you. Let me know if you got it.
No, it says I can send you.
We will all delight within Red's Pinterest.
I'm happy people are using it. I collect so many of these every time I have a new game I'm part of. No problem.
Every image I use from the moment you gave me the Pinterest came from your boards.
Yes, please. I'm like, that looks familiar.
Meanwhile, I just straight up steal your different. Whatever.
That's true. Grant's even one step ahead. That's true.
Shoot.
I'm in every game, so every time I look in the NPC channel, I recognize the PC picture. I'm like, that seems familiar.
I have no limits. Unlike Zaz, I don't judge the actors.
I mean, most
I
people
only
don't.
judge. I only judge Johannes.
So like,
I don't like him.
I feel like I should
don't like him.
typecast him at this point. I can easily
You really
make him
should.
just as awful in Shadows of Me.
You really should. Make Hate regret not doing what I told him he should do.
Maybe I'll just make him the most likable character out of all the fucking rulers of New York.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, it could on a relative scale. What if the other ones are just way worse than him?
I don't. That feels. I don't know. I don't think that counts. If you're gonna make him the nicest guy, you need to make him actually nice. You can't. That's a fucking. If Grunt does that thing where it's like, well, everyone else is just worse than him. That's a cop out. That's a pussy way to do it. You gotta make him actually nice if you're gonna make him the nicest guy.
I will though.
Good. Luckily, Hate's on his side. Failure is inevitable.
I mean, yeah, he'll be low. Like that's why I'm making him like the nice guy, because I know he will eventually fail, and the evil ones will rise to the top easily.
Still can't believe Moloch game lost on her first introductory setting, basically.
Just gonna lose again with Hate. I can already see it.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, the Xerxes, as you are basically just almost done with dinner, you can hear some commotion from the hallway as Cheshire, you will be led to a large manor as kind of walk in after Carl. You'll kind of just be making small talk on the way there. And Say, well, just missed dinner, but I'm sure there's still some leftovers, and probably just heat them up.
Shia will just shrug.
As he leads you into the dining room, as Zark sees you spot Cheshire as the kind of make eye contact.
Devil man.
Greetings. As you made it to the city too.
I have.
Just kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, you don't know each other?"
Yes, we're both outsiders who came here. Who came here through the mist.
Now that sounds like not much that one would bond over. That in fact tells me nothing.
Well, there's not much more to tell. There's this good group standing.
Does just kind of look a bit confused.
Shia is very confused. I literally just called him Devil Man.
Oh.
I didn't even call him his name.
I'm also confused.
Do you know each other, or this is a very awkward situation?
We exchanged names when we arrived. I stuck around in Barovia for longer. Guess he ended up here.
Well, right this way. This is the kitchen. As he's gonna sort of start leading you away. As you kind of walk into the kitchen, he's gonna turn to you and says, "Are all outsiders just? I've seen vampires more friendly than you two."
Shia looks confused.
Oh, you didn't even. Never mind. When two people who haven't seen each other for a while, they usually ask, "Hey, how you've been? How are things with you?" You just kind of stared at one another for like a couple of seconds. Did you have like a fight?
Last time we talked, we did have a disagreement. Wasn't the worst, but was not a friendly departure.
As he just nods as he like pours you like a bowl of hot stew and gives you something to drink. Oh, would you mind if I asked what was the disagreement about?
Honestly, Shia will say we got involved in some messy business in Barovia with apparently missing villager. I felt something should be kept close to our chest. He told people and ended up very well. Ismark, the burgomaster, ended up resigning over it.
Carl looks shocked at this. Guess I'll have to ask him about that tomorrow. And Ismark go away back.
I had to deal with that. There's a friend, Davlin. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much. Well, you said you're friends with Ismark. I'm not sure how much he'd want me to reveal.
Don't worry
Seems
about
like
it.
a good enough man.
I'll chat with him tomorrow. I do have one last question. Have you seen Xerxes use his spells?
Oh yes, very. He for some of my disagreements with him, competent magic man.
Yeah,
Most
he is, isn't he?
educated enough. Educated enough.
You can kind of see as he like mutters a couple of swear words underneath his breath. My mom does have an eye on these kind of people. What about his moral character? How would you vouch for that one?
Just after thinking for a few seconds, we'll say, I be honest. His moral character, I believe, is superseded by his desire to survive in a bad situation. I don't think that means he'll. I don't think he'll go far, but ultimately, he's willing. He's willing to compromise to survive.
Not the worst, not the best. He sort of pats, kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder, says, finish eating up here. I'll let one of the servants know to our room. I shall be off gallivanting in the night, swooning over young maidens and telling tales of lost legends as he like starts laughing to himself as he's walking out.
Have fun with that.
I will indeed. I presume, Xarxes, by this point, would you have just went to your room to sleep?
Yes.
Dodge more in awkward conversations. As yeah, I mean, you just go to sleep. As somewhere else in Vallaki, I presume, Sage, you are waiting with Muriel, you said.
Yeah, she is.
Are you making any sort of conversations?
Yeah, if Miro allows, because she seemed very not to trust Sage, which is understandable. So Sage isn't going to try to push her if she doesn't want to talk, of course.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what's up?
It's been so long. I forgot what even you were trying to talk. Listen, Red, you have to take like this is the first session.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm not gonna get mad.
It was really February since the last time it was played.
February
It was
27th,
yeah, it was almost
It's
a month
been a
ago.
while. It's been a while. Yeah.
3 sessions.
I know she's not. She's from this place that she's actually kind of like an apprentice, air quotes, for or assistant for, Von Richten, and she's protected of him.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not write too much on her character sheet. Fine, fine. Who needs notes?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, she's probably then just gonna keep it to small talk.
Yeah, that's fine.
For not too long, Carl actually. I don't think you've met him.
No, I did, because he offered me food. You guys made fun of him for not realizing the implications, and I went off to go find Von Richten.
Is he like trying like he did? I was gonna say, by
He
offering.
tried and failed. He tried and failed.
Okay, I was gonna say
'Cause
offering
I-
food.
This is what I'm joking about. Yeah, this is what I'm joking about. Attempt number 2 in chat.
Me, Red was very positive he was giving me food, but you guys said I was being dumb, so I was just like, oh, there's more to it than nah. I got a job to do.
He was trying to. Let's say he was trying to get eat something else, but he failed.
Yeah.
So you wanted to after Chester.
Yeah, he's gonna walk into the house. The door opens and closes. He like looks a bit surprised to see you there, then kind of glances at Muriel, and she just kind of gives him a nod before he relaxes a bit.
Say just waves. Are you bringing me food here, or is this something else I need to know?
What's she doing here?
Oh, I'm
Muriel
offended.
just kind of gives you a nod to tell him.
I'm here to meet the wonderful Mr. Professor Von Richten. Hopefully, he can lead me to another guy who can help me out. What are you doing here? I don't see food in your hands, so I assume there's something else you're here for.
Wait, he's not back? Just kind of shakes his head. Muriel just kind of looks a bit concerned. As
Ooh, I don't
there's
really
like a
like
couple
that.
of exchanges of glances between them.
Oh no. That has a look of some trouble about to happen, isn't it?
Carl just looks at the two of you and says, okay, we can split and we can cover more ground. Just around town, see if is any look for any signs of a struggle.
Didn't you say he's with the mayor? What's helping him out with something, right? She kind of looks at Miro when she says this.
She nods, but Carl looks concerned and says, I don't think he would be. If he's with the mayor at this hour still, that's even worse.
Okay, so what's the plan then? He said go look around, or
He kind of just snaps his finger and says, you know what? You look like someone who can get by unnoticed.
I try.
How about you see if he's still with the mayor?
Ooh, okay.
How
Yeah,
good are you
is
into breaking into houses?
wait a minute. Okay, so wait, before I toot my own horn here, like how upset would the mayor be with visitors that he didn't see beforehand?
Oh, quite upset. Quite upset.
Wonderful.
But he would be
Wonderful.
less upset than if I just went up to his door and knocked. And
Cool.
Muriel,
Great.
well, Muriel's not really welcomed in town either.
Oh, okay. I can see what type of crowd I'm hanging with right now. Great.
Outcasts,
So,
all of us.
great. Well, not too bad then. Okay, check in, see if the professor's there. If he's not there, come back, I assume. And if he is there, what should I do? Just let you know?
Just hang around and we'll eventually round about to head to the Burgomaster's house.
Okay, I'll go check and bring back hopeful good news then. Poof. What does he look like actually? So I make sure I look at the right guy.
He's kind of old, grumpy.
That's like half of the people I've met so far. Okay.
Has like a
I
pair of
will.
glasses. Listen, just uh, how many grumpy people have you met?
A lot of them. You'd be surprised how many people aren't happy to be here. Well, okay then. I will acquiesce. I'll see you later, Mr. Food Guy. Muriel, be back soon.
She's also gonna get up and she starts like she kind of takes off her cloak, as you can see, as a shroud of mystical energy swirls around her as she sort of shifts form into that of a raven, or flying out the door.
Ah. Huh.
Yeah, gonna look up above. You check the mayor's house. I'll check some of the less pleasant places in town.
Okay. She kind of like was probably staring at Muriel as when she departed this entire time before like snapping back to Carl. Yeah, sure. Should I just keep calling you Food Guy or should I give you a name?
You just call me Carl.
Carl? Nice to meet you. Name's Sage.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You look lovely, by the way. As he turns around, smiles, and starts heading out.
He never stops. Can appreciate a man who who keeps trying. As well, Sage is gonna make her way towards I assume they would have told her where the mayor's
Yeah.
house and everything is. Yeah.
Give you some directions, although it's quite easy to distinguish. the large burgomaster's house compared to the other buildings in town. Much built better, taller, looks much more prestigious. And well, I think you're gonna have to give uh, a roll an advantage. I would say from to gather information.
Okay.
Get your like +2 bullshit skills.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, what? This is why I told you, Red. You should remind me what the fuck you were told. I have no notes.
You're good.
Where is he at? What was he doing there? I don't fuck.
I remember he's helping them with like buildings and things like that with the
I know
defense.
that much, but like I forgot he was that. Like, you were told that. So
Yeah.
yeah, you as you venture around the house, you kind of spot a guard patrolling the area, but as you glance around, you don't see any sort of sign. Seems like people have gone to sleep. There is one light coming from the small window in one of the basement. That's kind of like probably one of the basements of the house. And as you bend closer, you see a young man as he is casting some sort of spell in the light of the candles that are illuminating the room. As you can see there's a bunch of bones laid out in a pile. As he casts the spell, start like moving and reanimating as a small skeleton of a cat starts kind of walking by.
That's a problem.
But there is no sign of any old man.
Would you say I don't know if you really answered this question, but would you say Sage has looked thoroughly? Because if she has to go in the house, she can try to do that if she has to, just in case, I don't know, he's locked in the basement.
You can try and slip in, crack one of the windows, go in.
Yeah, she's gonna try that, Grunt.
Step inside the house, dodging the guard outside. You start going about, and now I'll need you to gather information with Shadow this time. You also get the +2.
Okay. Will it let me add Shadow, or do I have to do the points myself, basically? Okay, so that would be 3 instead to make it so I get my Shadow. I got a weak hit. At some point,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
I said at some point, I wonder if it would be better for her to transform into her form to move around.
Well, as you go around the house, you check a couple of the rooms. Doesn't appear to be any. There's not even signs of a struggle that was here. But as you have to eventually check the basement, as you head downstairs, there's a couple of rooms. The only room that you can see the faint glow coming from underneath the doorway. Now, 2 voices coming from inside. Well, when you're outside and looking in the window, it was only the young man, but now there is a woman's voice. It's very like whispery, so you can't really hear it, like can't understand what they're saying. It's sort of very, you'll have to like get up to the door and listen closely. You are curious, and that is.
Yeah, Grunt. She's gonna try to not let her shadow or anything be seen as she tries to listen in if she can.
As you listen in, you can clearly tell that she is basically sort of complimenting him. You catch at the kind of the end of a compliment, as you feel like you've recognized the voice, but you can't really place it. Before there is movement, you can hear some movement coming from upstairs, which means you kind of have to bounce, otherwise you might be caught.
Yeah, she's not gonna risk that, so she's gonna take her leave in that regard.
Yeah, getting out is easy as you leave at the appropriate time before what appears to be a second guard walks by. This one much more big and intimidating, with a scar running down half his face.
Gotcha.
But yeah, as you're outside, you can see the raven perched upon one of the houses looking at you.
She's gonna shake her head in a negative. Didn't find him. Doesn't seem to be well, nothing leading to the fact that he may have gotten caught in there.
As she's gonna sort of flap her wings and start leading you away from the house.
Yeah. Sage would follow.
As you eventually go deeper into town. As well, it kind of stops outside of this tavern. Seems rather crowded, and there's like laughter and people inside cheering.
Well, this is all familiar. Are you coming in with me or staying out here? She kind of like looks at
The
the
raven is just perched on top of the sign, looking down at you. Not really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, doesn't seem keen to go inside.
Yeah. Sage would square his shoulders and step in.
As you step in, you can see Carl is in the middle of singing a song with several other people. As he is dancing and partying, it seems.
Well, at least he's happy. I don't see anyone here who looks like the professor, do they?
You glance just behind at one of the table. You do spot an older looking gentleman that seemingly is writing in a notebook.
Well, she will probably stealthily goes to sit where he's at, basically.
As you sit down, he kind of takes notice of you but doesn't say anything.
What you writing about?
About certain plans.
Is it one of those grand cathedral-like plans, or one of those small to-do lists?
We're renovating a couple of the houses here, ma'am.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful then. Do you do... I don't know. I've heard a lot about you. Apparently renovation professor as well?
I do try my best, helping out the locals where I can.
Well, it's something to do here, you know, after leaving home. Kind of got to get used to keeping yourself busy.
Try my best. But can't complain for now.
That's good then. Well, speaking of helping someone out, I was wondering if you can help me out as well.
I can try.
There's a certain man that we both know. I'm hoping to find. He's been hard to catch. And I don't know if you can lead me in the right direction. Goes by the name of Aragal.
That's a name I haven't heard in a while. It's your business with him.
I think he's made a very bad mistake, and I think if I talk to him, we can both come to the same conclusion, and he can see me right where I belong.
Well, luckily I may have may have been. I think I know. I don't know where he is, but I can tell you where to find someone who, in my opinion, is one of the best trackers around.
That's a start. Who would that be?
Ah, well, you know how things go around here. Nothing comes for free.
Professor, not you too. Ah, ah. Okay. What can I do for you?
I've been told you've met with young Carl over there, as he points at the man dancing in the like the sort of circle. The
Seems to
others,
be a happy fellow. Yeah, we've met, said hellos.
his family is one of the two most prestigious families in town.
You don't say?
He's a good man. His brother, less so. Mother, vicious. But I'm not interested in town politics.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, he's told me that her mother found potential magical tutor for her daughter.
And don't seem to be happy about that.
I think the less magic these people know, the better they are for it. Especially,
So,
well, never mind. I'm not gonna ask you to pick a fight with them directly, but I need that magic tutor out of here.
okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I don't kill people, Professor.
Well, then
I take
bribe him
things.
to go away. Convince him that it's too dangerous for him. I don't care how you do it. Just get him out of here. Prevent him from teaching, well, Carl's sister magic.
Okay. Stopping one guy from teaching. I'm sure I can figure that out. I've done it before. I can do it again.
Ah, it's enough, and you look like a smart young woman.
Oh, thank you, Professor. Getting so many compliments since I've been here so far.
He just kind of returns back to his notebook.
I do have to ask, where exactly did you go? It seemed your fellows were very worried about you.
I was. Ah, I lost track of time. Meeting with a friend.
Can I inside him, Grunt, just to see if I can get a little bit more here, or if he's telling me the truth at the very least in that
Yeah,
regard?
sure. Roll me gather information with wits.
No key instances or anything, just regular
No.
gather, right? Making sure. Ah!
Holy shit.
Ah! I'll never
Can't
know.
even.
What do you mean? I just filled the role, Grunt. Why is there a failure?
It's gonna have unintended consequences.
Uh,
Horrifying consequences.
damn. Ah, well, at the very least, I'm happy to see that you're safe and sound. I guess I have to go bother Carl about this magic tutor of his.
He like nods and returns back to the notebook.
Yeah, I think Sage would probably wait until Carl has more. He's not too busy. She's
Well,
probably-
as you're kind of waiting, off to the side, a woman sits down next to you. Says, my, haven't you been a busy fellow tonight?
That sounds like someone's. It's like saying I'm in trouble. She kind of like looks.
As she smiles at you. Well, not you particular, but like you're associating with some notorious individuals.
Well, I like meeting interesting people, and speaking of, you look like one of the most interesting people I've met so far.
To appreciate the compliment. I couldn't help but overhear your little dilemma. You're looking
Hmm.
for Argyle, right?
It's one of the names I'm looking for, yeah.
What if I could get him?
Hmm. Now, getting him makes it sound like you already have him, which has me concerned.
No, but I can easily find him. Better than the so-called tracker of his. And
And what exactly, why would you do such a thing?
because I personally don't want you to interfere with that tutor. I would much be happier if you were just on your way, minding some other business.
And what? How does this? Does she look? She looks like a regular old human with just a little bit of oddities, right? She doesn't look like anything that would immediately ping any bells for like
She
being other.
No, she does look a bit off. Doesn't quite human.
Yeah, I gotcha. I have to ask. I do apologize. This comes off rude, but you don't really look like a local here.
Oh, but I am quite local. Just not a
Mhm.
local of Valaki, specifically.
Oh, now you have my curiosity. What does that mean exactly?
Really want to know.
Curiosity, you know what they say in cats and all that.
I am a native of this plane. A
Is there
daughter of
more?
Shar. That more obvious for you?
I see. I understand. Thank you for sharing with me. I appreciate it.
And can I expect you to then I tell you where to find Argyle? Leave my business alone?
Of course, how could I ever say no?
She's just gonna smile at you and will sort of kind of pass you a note
Mm.
before sort of you glance at the note and you glance in her direction. She's gone.
Cool. What does the note say, Grunt?
Note is has like a little kind of sort of map kind of drawn on it. It's not meant to be precise, but it depicts, it kind of shows where Valaki is, and then there's like seemingly a road leading through some forests. And there's a tower drawn. Above it says Lake Baratok, and then just see Kazan's tower.
Okay. Okay. I want you to know, Grunt, I'm not gonna do what she wants. I'm gonna immediately stop this thing with Xerxes now. Fuck that.
Well, I'm sure that she won't take issue with.
Betraying a deal, goddamn.
Fuck her. She's Char. She always gonna betray a deal. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I brought her the character's backstory. I have to play with it.
Well, do you just up and leave? Like, what's your plan now?
Well, I know the magical tutors is connected with Carl, right? I don't know it's Xerxes, but I know
Yeah.
it's with Carl. So I have to
Well,
talk with Carl and let him know I'm gonna help him out with the situation.
now I'm gonna say this help you out a bit here. This will look really suspicious if you just kind of hang out and chat with Carl.
Ah. Well, I guess
Unless you presume she literally just fucked off.
yeah. I guess my real question would be to you, Grant. Can I just tell the professor before taking my leave, if that's the case? If I can't really uh do too much here in that regard.
Well, you can give me secure advantage with Shadow.
Gotcha. Is current advantage. Oh, It said lets you do it now with the thing. Do I get to add any of my
Mhm.
things with it, like street? Okay. Gotta.
So yeah, you just sort of slip him the note as you pass by the table, without really saying anything. You make it look rather natural as you up and leave the place. But getting rather late in the night, and you are tired, so I'm not sure where you're gonna go now.
Oh gosh, that's right. Is there like a hole somewhere? I've lived on the streets before, Grunt.
You
Is
can
there a?
literally go to Muriel's house. What do you have to be such a fucking
Oh,
edgelord?
oh no, I forgot you offered that to me,
Is
Grunt.
there a hole I can
It's
sleep in?
been it's been a full month. I forgot that she gave that offer to me. Yes, I will go to Miro's house.
And yeah, you can go in there, and she's not like returned, so you can just crash, sleep.
Yeah, that's all
As
good.
yeah, the morning comes as we'll cut over to Xerxes. You wake up, go for breakfast, I assume.
Yeah.
Everyone's there. Cheshire, would you attend breakfast?
Yeah, she would attend it before she leaves.
Oh, now, you're not just gonna like take 2 bites and walk away. This is gonna be an entire scene.
No, I'm quite aware.
As
Cheshire is ready for more interrogatory questions.
as you will sit down, as Carl looks absolutely exhausted, like he slept like 3 hours. But everyone's there eating. As Fiona will look towards you, Xerxes, and says, "Well, I presume lessons are to be started soon. Let me know if you need any accommodations."
For the start, a simple room will be more than sufficient.
That is you already have a small house at the end of the garden. Provide you space and peace.
Yes, assuming she has no prior experience for, we'll probably just start with the basics. No additional ingredients required. Depending on her talent in her future, maybe some additional common ingredients, like rope and salt and whatnot, maybe required. But for now,
Nods.
study is sufficient.
Travel?
Am I the only other one hearing the increasing like ocean currents as Mac like talks?
No, that's just how he. That's like nine. That's always how he sounded.
Oh
Not
fuck!
to me.
Is my mic?
This
Is
is
my
the
mic
first-
dying? Wait, is my mic?
No, it's not dying.
No,
it's
like,
just it's buzzing.
can-
There's like a background noise.
No.
But
That's
that's
not
been
true.
like the
Like,
case for the last 3 weeks. What?
That's true. My cable's
It was
dying.
getting real bad. It was getting real bad though. Like it was getting louder.
Yes, because the static noise is always at the same level, but if Max starts to speak more softly, then it gets drowned out.
Okay, I'll twist the cable again. My improvised electronic avionics.
But yeah, unless there's gonna be any questions or any subjects any of you two would like to bring up.
I mean, yeah, Cheshire would ask about Valaki because she has every reason to think that she's going to be here for a while she is doing her work.
Fiona. Well, actually, I think she'll let Nikolai speak to you and answer. I assume this is just are these like questions about the history, or is this questions about like current things?
Like, what's currently going on? General knowledge. Any special laws that Cheshire should know about that like stand out from like any other settlement of its type?
No special laws. Anyone walking outside should have a light on them. Like they're the same laws in Barovia. There's like no stealing, no killing. The blood collectors also seemingly pass by through here as well. Nikolai will probably remark on the fact that apparently, uh, compared to Barovia, where the Burgomaster gets like re-elected every several years, here they get elected for life until they pass away, which is quite the staunch difference. But not really gonna dwell too much on that. He's gonna mention probably the Vistani camp, and the Dusk Elf, rather the Dusk Elf settlement nearby. But we'll mention that they're not too happy on visitors too much, so gonna mention probably a couple of important landmarks like the church itself, blessed by the saint. But eventually, as breakfast sort of dwindles, Stella will look up at you, Xarxes, and says, "Well, I am done. Shall we head over to the training room?"
Of course.
As the two of you excuse yourselves and head into the garden, the back area, as you venture. This is like a small, it's like a well-built shed, big enough, as you head inside, and some basic amenities have been laid out. And do you just sort of start teaching her the basics?
Yeah, the very basics like field of weave and whatnot, and
Morning will come for you too, Sage. You awake as Muriel sort of shakes you up from your bed.
Hello.
I thought you might
How-
want some breakfast.
Yes, food is good. Thank you.
As the old man is also, by the time you get up, he's also enjoying a cup of tea. Looks up at you.
Hello. Good morning to you.
Morning. You all three sit down. How did
Things got-
you get by this? As he points to the note.
A wonderful, strange woman gave it to me. Though I don't think she'd be pretty nice about it if she found out I did it. Apparently, she's calls herself Mava, I believe. A daughter of Shar.
They both look quite concerned when you say that.
My feelings exactly. She seems very well. She wanted to cut a deal with me where I didn't interfere with this tutor for, I guess, the Wagner girl or whatever it is. She seems to, well, had overheard our conversation, or maybe she was always there.
Both nod.
Before I forget, is there like a young boy? She describes, I guess, the person she saw candlelight at the manor.
Ah, that is the Burgomaster's son, Victor.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I guess is he just like a miniature necromancer guy going on? Is that something the family does?
They look completely taken aback. You know what?
He was casting spells on bones last night. I assumed he was, and I heard a woman speak with him. I assume he was being taught magic.
This is Muriel just sort of shakes. This is news to me.
Well, dead cat bones, at the very least, he was bringing back. Did it in one go, so I guess he's either talented or very well trained.
As the old professor just sort of rubs his forehead. I thought the morning was already off to a bad start.
Well,
Tell me, why are you here? Why trying to help.
Well, for like I told you, I need to find this Arrow God guy. Hopefully, talk to him and
Now
things will work out.
that's a lie, and we both know it, because if that was that, you would have left by now.
Well, I was going to leave by now, but then the Char lady showed up, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really. Me and Char have beef, we'll say. Is that a thing you guys say here? I'm making it up now, yes. I don't like Char people, and when a Char person wants something to continue, it usually means bad things are happening.
Then introductions are in order at the very least. My name is Rudolph.
Hello, Rudolph. My name is Sage. Lovely to meet you.
Boys, so why are you? Never mind. Are you just against Char in particular, or are you here to, or is it a more principled disagreement you have with the goddess?
Bit of both. Personal disagreements, and the whole order sucks. I've seen what it does to people, and I see the aftermath, what it does, and how it leaves people shattered
I
in
don't want to
pieces.
be I don't want to point the obvious to you, but you are surrounded by an entire valley filled with people that worship her.
So you can see why I'm not happy I'm here. Look, if nothing else, I didn't even expect to see a Char sister here at all, and the fact that I can do something about it to stop her whims, a bonus. I still want to leave, though.
But the people here,
Hmm. Well, I don't really know much about the people here. I don't know if I can do anything about the people here. Do you think I can?
I think
I'm very-
any of us can make a difference if we start being a bit more organized.
Hmm.
You've
Quite an
seen these.
optimism.
You've been to Barovia and you've seen this settlement. The Morning Lord has a presence, even if it's being actively suffocated.
You really think that?
The church proves it. Their history proves it. Now, the Count may have won, but I still think we have a shot. Just need to gather more people and fight smarter, not harder. Anyone knows how to deal with vampires, that would be me.
Well, I wanted to ask actually, why have you been keeping yourself quiet here? I haven't seen much in the way or heard much in the way of you killing vampires. Is it just laying low or trying to gain? I don't know. I would say gather the coin, but that's not a thing
Do
here.
you think if a guard shows up dead from the castle, they wouldn't start a manhunt?
True.
Like
So-
I said, not the first vampire I've dealt with. But this is the hardest assignment of my entire life.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Professor. I'm a poor thief at best. I'm not really too sure how much I can really help you with when it comes to fighting vampires and the supernaturals. Get me to sneak in someplace, I can get as much information as you want, but
You think I've been here for a bit and I've learned about past wars, rebellions led by holier men than I or you, paladins empowered by the will of gods. They all failed. One of the most powerful mages in all the realm failed. What do you think that is?
I'm not too sure, Professor. Probably because they're not smart about it.
Exactly. This isn't a war we can win by being powerful. This is a war that we can win by being smart and letting our enemy underestimate us.
Well, I'm not gonna be lie. I want to make sure that Charlotte doesn't get her satisfaction, so I'm willing to stick around to see that. Though I am concerned about this Aragel guy going missing. It should not be this hard to find one guy.
If the archmage, if the mage at the tower has him, then well, I fear the worst.
Ooh, is that what that was? Fuck.
Kazan is, at least on the surface, a loyal subject of the Count.
Okay. Well, I definitely can't go in willy-nilly to an archmage's castle. Sneaking in, it probably won't be too much of a problem, but getting out sounds like I'll be a chore. Oh, I got time. And you're not wrong. Making friends is important. So,
I need you to go and inspect on the walkers and his tutor.
well, if that happens, there's a good chance that Mabel lady, once she sees me snooping around, will be very upset about that. So,
Once she
prepare for
sees
cowardice.
you not leaving town, she will be upset regardless.
Yeah, I assume I get an invitation to the Wagner house, or should I just do what I do best?
Well, Carl seemed to be very friendly with you.
Seems to be friendly with everyone.
Muriel just sort of looks at you and says, well, there's one easy way in. Nobody's usually gonna question that.
Ooh. Got secrets? Tell me.
You pretend to be his lover. I think anyone would even bat an eye at that.
Okay, that sounds hilarious. I think I'll do that. Yes, that sounds funny. Will Carl be cool with that?
She sort of looks at you, squints a bit. I'm not sure if that's a joke or you're just actually.
I like you, Muriel. You're my new favorite. Yeah, sure. I'll pretend to be the black sheep mistress. To keep an eye on the tutor, right? Stop this growing young girl's power, whatever it is.
And she nods and says, plus, I will be much faster if I fly. I need to reach out to Esmeralda at Rudolph. And he kind of gives her a nod.
Okay, then. Oh, whenever we want to get started, I'm excited to try.
Yeah. He's gonna leave and take flight. But as we cut back the household, Cheshire, as you finish breakfast, I guess you just kind of get up and want to take your leave.
Yeah.
As you thought you escaped, but actually, as you start heading out, Carl starts walking beside you, kind of whistling. So, any plans for today, big lady?
No. Find work. All I have is coin on me, and this land doesn't seem to value coin very much.
But what do you need work for? Planning on staying in town?
I've been told repeatedly that if I can't find the Vistani that brought me here, apparently yes, I am.
Well, I mean, if you are worth, I can always. You know what? I am in need of your services. Look at that. You didn't even need to look far.
Need a bodyguard?
If that's what you're offering, yes.
That is my skill set.
Hmm.
the axe is, as she will kind of like put the axe over her shoulder. The axe is not for show.
No, no, I imagine it. It doesn't look like the kind you used to cut wood with. Tell me, Cheshire, how would you like to be a hero?
Cheshire will honestly, yeah, Cheshire will say, others have called me that. I've never viewed myself as one.
Well, there's always a good place to start. And you know what heroes do?
Kill monsters.
Exactly. So, what do you say?
You know, that sounds fun. I'm in.
Good, good. Now I just need to convince the other lady to follow along, and then we're golden to go see a lich.
Who else are we talking to?
This very... Tell me, Cheshire. Someone were to approach you with an invitation for dinner. How would you respond?
I would either accept or I'd refuse.
Yes, but you understand that dinner is an excuse.
Often, yes.
Well, and he kind of like
People-
gestured to himself. Would you accept an invitation from me?
I did, didn't I?
Well, I mean, we didn't like do anything. We literally just had dinner. I mean, like the other thing.
Sorry. Currently reading the chat. There's a moment. There's a moment. Yeah, Cheshire's going to say this. Cheshire's going to be Cheshire. She's going to say, are you coming on to me?
What if I am?
She'll shrug, and she will shrug, and yeah, she'll pick him up.
Know what?
Where's your bedroom?
Kind of like this. You know what? As he looks around quickly, making sure there's no fucking servants. See this? There is the closet right there, and I've never done it in a closet before.
Yeah. She'll open the closet and go in with him, carrying him.
Wonderful. The perfect
The
scene
gr-
to walk in on.
The great heroes truly the heroes of Barovia over here.
Listen, Cheshire's done it like in the wilderness before, covered in blood. This is nothing.
Kind of like, okay, I need to assemble a team here. Wait, hold on, I can fuck. You gotta put down a breaker.
Listen, priorities. Priorities.
I
Yes.
did, Grunt, Red. I hope you're grateful for this. I saw the gun being pointed at you, and I took it in my own hands, put it in my mouth, and shot myself.
Now let's see if the bullet passes through your skull and still hits her.
I hope it does.
Sage, I guess you're walking towards the Wachter household. See about this tutor.
I didn't get. Well, I wasn't told to sneak in, so I assumed it was going on to say
You
hello.
were told to pretend like you're his lover, and then nobody was really gonna question you. Truly beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, You
How bad I'm gonna play this is the question.
played very bad. 'Cause as
Oh,
you,
she is.
yeah, if you approach the house, the guard's gonna let you in. One of the servants will. They will not really question you, and the servant will lead you to like the hallway. As well, it's not Carl that greets you. Is well, presumably his older brother. It looks a bit like him. It's Nikolai says, ah, one of his mistresses. Then
I, I, what? Wait, one of him. He told me he was going to marry me. He said we were going to live together here in this house as one family. Is he not here?
I think this should be. I've never seen you around town. You're new. Like gestures for you to
Yes.
follow him.
Yes, I was. I just recently came here. I just recently came to town, and there he was. I didn't know anything and anyone. He gave me warmth, gave me food. I said he'll take care of me.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and sort of gives you a very sympathetic look. I think it's follow me, and I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
She looks confused, heartbroken even.
Yeah, he leads you down one of the hallways, towards one of the side exits. As you approach what looks like some sort of storage closet, as you can hear definite noises coming from inside, as it's just like two people are fucking. As he sort of crosses his arms and looks at you.
She's like, no, he wouldn't.
I'm truly sorry. It's what he does.
He said he loved me.
Again, gonna just put a hand on your shoulder, trying to reassure you.
She's gonna cry in his arms.
Yeah, he's gonna hold you, I guess. Yeah.
Going for the other brother, I see.
But
Look,
unfortunately, this does require a securing advantage with Shadow. Kind of. It would be really funny if you fell right now. It would be hilarious.
Grunt, stop saying these horrible
Miss
things.
with a match. Miss with a match. Miss with a match.
Can I
There's only.
add? Can I add my description? Oh, god damn you.
Miss with a match.
Love all of you guys.
Yeah, he's gonna try and comfort you as he's gonna slowly lead you over to sort of the outside. He's gonna ask one of the servants to bring you something to or like a napkin. Give you something to drink. Let's say. There's a poor showing of our hospitality. I'm sorry he took advantage of us, my brother.
Tell me, how much of a fool am I really? Is this, what am I, just another line across so many?
Quite so, I'm afraid.
I feel foolish. I didn't even come here for.
It's fine. If you need a place to stay, we can still offer you a room, and I'll make sure he doesn't approach you with any other stupid excuses.
Really? I would be so kind of you. Thank you. I know this must be... You shouldn't have to clean up his messes.
I'm used to it by now.
You're a good man.
As Xerxes. Stella is picking up what you're teaching her. Well, no genius by no means, but she is doing better than what you would have expected.
Yeah, I assume she's being able to perceive the weave. I assume not a can. I assume she can't already cast a cantrip, but
No.
But she's getting there. That's still good.
As she sort of taps into the weave, There's a moment where I need to check my D&D lore.
Oh no.
Sorry, this. I am in fact like, what? This is the point where there's like information sort of bleeds in from Pathfinder, from fucking 33.5 edition. What the fuck even are sorcerer bloodlines nowadays?
Typically, it's just the result of like a powerful magical entity or a font of magic,
I
like
guess
literally infecting
are
someone.
like demon bloodlines still a thing in 5th edition?
You
Yeah.
could very easily, technically not by name, but like you could very easily just to say like a draconic bloodline could be demonic.
Ah, never
Yeah.
mind. I found my thing. As you can see as she taps into the weave, there's like a moment where the bluish, like the purplish aura turns into a deep dark hue as it almost like dematerializes in front of you and just disappears.
What, Stella?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you lost her.
This is not good. This is it's very suboptimal. Yeah, I tried to go for all the 9 yards, detect magic, see invisibility.
Yeah, why
Try to fucking trace it.
why don't you give me a roll with that?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a hard roll.
Yes. Yes, there's no specific, so just roll pure hard.
Roll, yeah, secure an advantage.
Yeah. I can turn to a strong hit, which I will.
Okay. There we go.
I mean, it's not that. I mean, it's not that much burn.
No, but it is important because as you realize,
Yeah, I kind of figured this. This what kind of burn.
she, in fact, she turned into a shadow and sort of leapt from shadow to shadow and is now sort of bouncing around the room, completely completely out of control. This is some powerful sorcery at work.
Yeah, that's an advanced spell. Fucking yes. Whew. God damn it. She's a demon shadow lady, right? Of course she's a shadow of breath. But naturally, anyway,
Now, you could help her. Problem is, there's a lot of shadows in this room, but if one were to, for example, open all the windows, the door, let as much light in, or if you were to, this would be the simpler option. Illuminate as much as possible. The more batshit insane option is to just cast a flame spell and just completely risk igniting the shed.
nope. We're gonna go open some windows, maybe cast a light spell at most. Some magic, but yeah, let's open some windows first.
As stage, you do see, you see the shed sort of at the back of the garden as you see Xerxes flinging some of the windows open as he like opens the door as well.
Oh shit. Kind of whispers quietly to herself.
As, yeah, once you open the door, one of the shadows will almost leap unnaturally as Stella almost like falls out of it, tumbling outside onto the grass.
Are you alright, Lady Stella?
What just happened? Head.
Now, I presume I probably cannot automatically tell which kind of specific sorcerer bloodline this is, but
Oh, this is, you know for a fact this is a shadow sorcerer.
okay, okay, good.
Considering that this woman has been born and has been living into the Shadowfell,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah,
really
it makes
surprise
sense.
you.
Yeah, Okay. Well, it seems.
I'll say one thing before. What the worrying part for you is this woman, before you taught her the basic concepts of magic and how to tap into the weave, had and displayed zero magical
Yeah, that's kind of
potential.
weird. This is the first awakening. Well, congratulations. You're not, in fact, going to be a wizard. You're going to be a sorcerer. Specifically, a shadow sorcerer. I apologize for this to be your first experience, but it's for most sorcerers, first time is usually kind of chaotic. It's a bit somewhat chaotic. But this is, even from what I heard and compared to my experience, way more drastic than it usually is.
She nods because she like you help her get up. Can we take a
Of course,
break for a few hours? And I think I need to go lie down. But
yes.
as Nikolai will rush over, as you see Sage in the background. He's like, "What? Is she all right? What happened?"
Yes. She tapped into her sorceress bloodline, specifically in her the power of the shadows. She'll be all right. It was just a new experience for her.
See, she's like starts helping her.
Yeah,
Thank you. I'll take her to her room.
of course. If you have time, perhaps I want to ask you some questions. But for now,
Yeah, he nods as he starts helping her get in, kind of go back into the main house. You are all two of you are left alone in the garden.
Sage, I see you made it to town.
Artsies.
I see you made it to town as well.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you here, but you know what? It's weird like that sometimes.
I've already met Cheshire.
Oh, she's here? Well, of course she's here. Wow, this makes things a little bit more complicated, though it may be easier in the end.
I take it from that. I think you're here for a more specific reason.
Oh, I am. I'll be frank with you, Xerxes. Really would appreciate it if you would stop teaching young. I'm not even sure. Young Miss Walkner over there. Anything?
Any particular reason why? Not that I'm opposed to it. Out of curiosity.
It seems that there is a particular someone who wishes for you to continue teaching, and that person is a Shar sister. And Shar, when it wants anything, is usually bad news all around.
I am more than aware, and I already met her. But you met her as
Oh.
well.
Yes, she overheard. Well, she seemed not too keen on me making a deal with someone to try to find someone else, and overheard that someone wanted you to not teach young Stella. It seems that there's a big worry about her and her family's hand on magic. Not really good for reputation, I assume. So, do I get a yes for not teaching the young girl how to use her obviously shadowy magic, which we won't be concerned about right now?
I mean, this is the Shadowfell, so I think most sorcerers will kind of be will have those powers if they should they gain them.
Yeah, more than likely it was bound to happen eventually, but I was told to get you to stop teaching her, so I'm trying to offer you a chance to do that. And if you help me, we can take our leave. I assume when we by following the tracker will allow us to leave the city essentially, right? Is that a correct assumption I have? Says if you want, I got a good chance to finally find Aragal if you're excited about that.
I would more than love to leave this place if possible.
Ah, sweet. Awesome. I always love it when we have a great agreement.
I just need to talk to Fiona as making as well. I do want to leave this place. I do also want to prepare for the eventuality that leaving this place is impossible.
Good man.
The problem is that Shroud also implied some such things.
Eh, it's what they do. Shar implies a lot, usually torture or death or whatever weird thing they got going on.
Yes, and sadly and unfortunately, we are on their home turf.
Yeah, but
So
fuck them.
you're a far braver woman than I am. So I'll at least talk to the walkers a bit to make sure I don't leave on too bad of terms. I think I can. I think I can genuinely talk a bit about that. I'm not specifically trained to deal with a shadow sorcerer.
Yeah, that sounds good. You can make it sound fancy with your whole thing. Also, heads up, I'm a spurned lover of the Walkner, Carl Walkner, and I'm very much heartbroken about it.
Understood.
So, I heard that you left. You left the castle, went off with Ismark and Irina and everything.
Yes.
How was that journey? I didn't expect you to be one to take an initiative. No offense, Narcissus.
Well, there was nothing else to do for me at the castle. There was nothing else to do for me at the village of Barovia, so I don't know. I went along with some of the few friendly people I've met so far. On the way there, we fought some bandits, which unfortunately did apparently got me the attention of said Shroud.
Mm. Well, at the very least, it seems you got a admirer, air quotes.
I wouldn't call her that.
I wouldn't call her that either. But at the very least, she seems to take an interest in you.
Yes, which which is most unfortunate.
Hey, at least she's not trying to, I don't know, have to start spewing you about her doctrine. Seems to be she's just doing this for kicks.
Okay, so my only hope is that she'll get bored, but something tells me she won't. Not anytime soon, unfortunately.
Don't worry. I'll help you out with the scary yet beautifully scary Char lady who hopefully won't decide to beat the shit out of both of us. I'm here for you, man.
Zark just sighs.
Gives you a thumbs up.
At least Chester might be able to beat her in a fight.
We can always ask. Is Cheshire? Oh, that explains it. Okay, now I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Okay. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
Zark just would slowly nod.
As eventually you're gonna be done, and as you are getting dressed, Carl just kind of says, "You are the most delicate being I've ever seen."
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, I mean it. You.
No, the reason I say that is most people from my tribe would take that as an insult, being called delicate. That implies weak.
I don't think it is weakness. I think it's beauty. Well, you may have a very rough exterior. You know what they say, never judge a book by its cover.
I've never read a book.
I could show you one.
Now, here's the ultimate decision. Is Cheshire literate? I'm gonna go with no. It makes no sense for anyone in her life to have ever taught her. Yeah, Cheshire will say, I don't think no. I've never been taught to read.
I can have book with I have books with pictures in it.
Cheshire actually laughs at that.
He'll smile.
Children's book.
No, my books. I like drawing, you see.
Can't believe he's ripping off the whole shtick. He's ripping off the whole shtick.
I have no idea what you're referencing, but most likely.
You know, Grut. You know. Don't lie to me.
I literally, there's a couple of examples that come to mind, but I don't know which one you're referring to.
But yeah, Cheshire will say. Cheshire will just say. I won't say no.
He'll smile, and as you get dressed and you walk out, one of the servants sort of approaches you and says, it's kind of like whisper something into his ear, a bit embarrassed at you, and then like quickly like runs off. Carl says, well, it appears we've embarrassed some of the servants, but we have other guests.
Too loud?
Nah, there's no such thing as too loud. Not with you, at the very least.
Said other guests. Who are they?
Well, hopefully future accomplices. Now, if I give you the signal, I will need you to, can you beat up a sorcerer? I think you can.
Is it Zoxy's Devilman?
Yes. I give you the signal, we jump him, you knock him out, I have this like bag, we tie him up, we take him out of town.
Are we killing him?
No, but we need to ensure that he is out of the picture. Listen, there's a thing. My mother was obsessed for years with occult stuff, spells, trying to search the land for anyone willing to teach, but nobody really wanted to. She was refused by the count and his court. And well, I think today they were supposed to start practicing, and well, I think we need to get him out before my sister learns how to actually cast spells and my mother becomes even more obsessed with it.
No.
Anyways, come on. He kind of gestures for you to follow him. As the sage Xarxes, you see the two of them walking out in the courtyard behind.
Well.
Maybe you should have done it before you fucked her. Maybe you should have done it instead of fucking Carl.
Priorities.
Well. Visit the two lovebirds.
I make no excuses.
Who is
Isn't
this?
What do you say, Seth? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just asking Carl, who is this?
Well, met her last night. She will hopefully help out. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, that reminds me. Give me a second. Sage has to go up and slap Carl for dramatic sake, Grunt, just to sell the picture really well.
Zox is looking like this is like a bad drama.
Slap him. He's like, oh, what the fuck? What was that for?
Oh, the hand of a scorned lover. I gotta play the part.
He glances
Your brother's
around.
pretty nice, though.
There's no one around, you dumbass.
Oh, really?
Zox just kind of giggle. Just fucking shakes his head.
Cheshire will say, we're around. You should slap him again.
You're right. We call that a warm-up.
I'm just gonna start slapping you back at this point.
Zox just starts shaking his head.
Well, while you two were doing the dango, me and Zarcy's got to talking, and he's gonna come with me on my journey. Isn't that right, bud?
There's actually just not.
It's a good
Yeah.
thing then I didn't give the signal. Let us go now.
You sure she shouldn't say goodbye to the mom beforehand?
She's gonna try and convince him to stay, so I think we should sleep.
Zarcy, if you're cool with that?
It's been impolite to leave, and
Do you think you can say no to my mother?
probably not. Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's head out.
He's gonna,
It's just
point to the large fence. I never said we were leaving out the door.
I guess I'll not be coming back to Valaki or avoiding the city.
Oh, listen. I heard like Barovia is nice this, or like Kretska. I don't. Just live out in the woods. I see like gonna gesture for Cheshire to help you hoist you over the fence.
Yeah.
As yeah, you'll over the fence, the four of you. As you'll start kind of walking away from the house. As
Yeah, it's that who mentioned though to Carl. And Carl, but
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid to tell you that it seems you were an hour too late.
excuse me.
If it's when it comes to preventing, unfortunately, your sister is. She's not going to just be a wizard. She's going to become a sorcerer, which means, and unfortunately, she did realize her powers, which means even without further tutoring, she can, through her self-experimentation, can
Taught her for
figure
like
things out.
3 hours. How much can is magic really that easy to learn?
It depends. Some people are born with a natural affinity for it. In this case, that affinity is usually tied to shadows because we're in a place called the Shadowfell. And she did jump into a shadow, but even for a sorcerer, she did deploy some mighty magic.
It couldn't have just been the magic of love and peace. Now couldn't have.
Unfortunately, we are on the plane of the death, despair, and misery, ruled by Shar, the Lady of the Night.
Okay. Well, I don't think we have time. I think then, Sage, I'm gonna eat them out. I'm gonna go inside, grab a backpack. Just need to leave quickly. Oh god.
Where do you want us to go then?
Well, we're gonna need to find your Ergal friend, right? Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, I was told was gonna have a tracker. So are they gonna be there when we get there, or?
Well, if Muriel got her, yeah, she should.
Okie dokie then.
At this point, Cheshire is going to actually whisper, Sage, did you find the person that Gertrude was looking for at all?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Should we warn him that there is someone looking for him before we leave?
I already did. Grunt, I remember that Sage told Muriel, and she's just like, yeah, everyone's trying to kill us, but I was just like, yeah, but this one specifically. She gives you like a thumbs up, like, pass the message along. Let them know. They seem very blasé about the whole thing, honestly.
All right.
But yeah, then if you gonna pack bags.
What bags?
No, I was gonna say not really pack, because that's gonna be Carl stuff. But you like just kind of start making your way out of town. As Carl will have to double back and grab some supplies for the road. As you will be heading out through the gates, sort of just. Are you gonna leave town for good, or you put some distance? Are you gonna wait around the gates?
I assume we want to put a little bit distance, but we're gonna meet him eventually, right? Because we're supposed to meet up, so we wouldn't just leave him behind.
In case she talks to the guards, whatever.
Well, as you pass by the gates, You spot one of the guards, Sage, as she will wink at you. As it takes you a moment to realize you're looking at, and it's the Shar and Asimar smiling.
Xerxes, get your girl. What the hell?
Does Sage say that?
No, she doesn't know. She's not saying it. She has a frown on her face, but she doesn't say anything as we just want to cause a scene.
We can share her. I'm not against polygamy here. You'll carry this cross with me, Red. You did this, Red.
Well, surprisingly, she doesn't look too upset.
Oh, gotcha.
She thinks it's fucking funny, I think.
That's also true.
I think this is all for entertainment. So this is pretty funny right now.
Yeah, once we make enough space from the guards, I assume I would let them both know, because I want to tell Cheshire as well. Well, Xerxes, it seems your Asimar shower lady is enjoying herself. I think I saw her in one of the guards with a smile on her face.
Well, that's good.
Who?
Apparently there's a Shar sister, Asimar, taking a notice of Xerxes. Seems to want to, I don't know, play with him, play around.
To quote her, make sure that I stay on the hero's path.
Is she threatening you?
Right now, other than that, from what Xerxes you've told me, she seems to do the vague, threatening thing, and
Well, she wasn't so awake when she spoke to me. If I try to settle down and not provide her a fun story for her, then she will intervene and make sure I get back on the path. But as we're right now doing things, I think she's happy, which means it's good, which means you're not. Means she probably doesn't view it necessary to directly step in.
probably she kind of wanted me not to interfere with your tutoring thing, but then I said, nah, I'm not going to do that, and didn't know how she was going to take that.
Well, that's not a wise thing to betray an Asimar of Shar in the Shadowfell.
Yeah,
Do you
but
want me? Is she hostile?
right now, no.
It's
You should be wary, of course, at all of any sharp person. But right now, she hasn't done anything outside of just talking.
Potentially hostile. I'm not sure about her strength personally. Probably not the weakest fighter.
There is like a sharp whistle. As, she is just sort of leaning against one of the trees on the side of the road looking at you three. Isn't it beautiful? Found companions for the road, Xerxes.
Nice, an adventurous party, what you could say.
Bit surprised, but honestly, I like surprises.
Now, what's the story without a good twist?
You're right. I think it's better this way. I think it's much better this way.
What's your aim here, ma'am?
You know, having fun, seeing the youth fall into despair, seeing the good turn to evil. The usual.
Gotcha. All Shar's teachings, I assume?
I would not want to be a rebellious force in the house now, would I? But don't worry. I'm not gonna interfere with you now that you're with him. Looks at Xerxes. Unlike other people here, I don't go back on my word.
I'm a thief. That's what I do.
Oh, then you won't mind when I do the same. Maybe I steal something precious from you.
Kind of what you do, isn't it, Shar?
Sounds like an accusation. Something I don't think I did.
Yes. Sage is gonna clamp her teeth shut, but she just staring at her.
Oh no. Come on, you've been speaking your mind up until now. Don't be shy just because of me.
Look, back home I've had my fair share of Char, and you don't usually play fair.
That's true. That's true. But not a normal Sharon.
I make you an extra special one.
Makes me fun. Why do you think I hang around here and not venture and onto the other planes?
Um, this is basically soaking with your mother's enjoyment, I assume.
Is it though? Because I look back at the town and seems to be a church of the Morning Lord standing upright and tall. Very defiantly so.
Oh, I can't presume to really think about what Shard wants in her long-term plans, and you seem to be an odd sort, so I won't make an assumption here.
He looks at Xerxes and says, "Haven't you figured it out yet? Maybe you need more time." Well, I
I have
suppose
some
it's a choice.
I have some personal theories. Gathered some clues, so to speak, but nothing for a definitive conclusion.
You have fun on your journey. I'll be sure to pick up the broken pieces you left behind. The way you said that word, Jesus, so threatening. But yeah, she's gonna look at you. Says, "I truly wish I could have seen your greatness," continues Xerxes, but feels like your friends are a bit too hostile for me to hang around. Shame, really.
Oh well, Sharon's usually not the most hospitable of company.
Oh, I beg to differ. I would have loved to spend many more nights by the campfire with you.
God, they all want my weak nerdy bones.
But I will take my leave. Have fun. See you around. As she sort of goes behind one of the trees and is almost gone.
Jashire's going to look at you two, and she'll say, "You made her sound more threatening. She just talked a lot."
It's the potential of threat every Shar has. Even a weak one is dangerous, or what you presume to be a weak one.
And she's an
I
asshole.
thought that would. What is that? What does Asimar? Is that something?
Oh,
An angel. They
Oh.
they vary in strength greatly depending on what deity they are. Some of them can easily be bested by master swordsmen in a fight. Others have powerful magics and can take down entire cities.
Well, now
Consider-
that sounds threatening. You should have led with that.
what her powers set are, what her abilities are, I cannot tell. But seeing as she can disappear and reappear at will, as comes probably with her Sharon heritage, she can probably control the mists. That would be my scientific guess, educated guess.
Also, most likely she has like illusion magic.
Or illusion magic, yeah. Or some kind of or some kind of other, yeah, illusion magic. But it fits also very well with Sharon.
Yep.
well, regardless, usually tactics of deception, manipulation, despair. It's everything they do. Like cancer. But seems right now she's gonna go do whatever she was doing before she met Xerxes, so either good or bad, don't really know.
Or
A
she
little
just
concerned
lied.
about her vague threats, but it's fine.
We are in the Shadowfell, so you know, running across an Asmar is not the most common of occurrences.
Yeah, it's not something in my line of work at the very least. And Cheshire, surprised you never even heard of them.
Are they common where you are from?
At least rumors are them. I think there's like a paladin or two. Divine beings blessed with the bloodline of gods.
No, there are divine champions, but they're just mortal men. They die
Ah.
just like everyone else.
I believe they do die. Just takes a lot more to take them out.
Anyway, we are on her home turf, which means whatever ability she has, and probably skills
Technically,
knowledge. I'll probably...
ASMR are immortals.
Yeah, that was what's sick. Killing her in this place would be rather very impressive.
Well, it's nothing to do but to keep moving forward. Oh, apparently there's a chance that, well, Ergal, as you heard from, Carl there, it might be with the wizard, Kazan. So,
Ah, the Lich.
yeah, maybe you two could nerd out with each other.
It depends on what kind of Lich she is.
Yeah. Gotta be
Some
honest.
some
Go
Liches
ahead.
can be rather... Oh, sorry, yeah. Some Liches can be rather hospitable, and even considered somewhat morally... Well, good is a relative term. The Liches of Fear are rather hospitable. Others, much less so.
Well, I've never met a lich before. Have you met one, Trisha?
Heard stories. Apparently, long time ago, there were liches in the north. Probably still are. Most of them died, along with most everything else when the volcano erupted, or they got buried.
Well,
Never met one. I'd probably be dead if I met one.
Well, seeing as Rahad recommended me to beat him, I assume he must have some kind of working relationship with the Count or the local authorities. And if Erga is with him, that is not optimal.
well, hopefully Carl gets here quickly enough. We can start our walk.
I was actually thinking like, I was thinking like, what's the likelihood of him getting fucked by his mother?
Now, question is Zarkter gonna bring up the Dusk Elf King ancient one that apparently, like, cause you were interested in the local history, or are you just gonna not give a shit about?
I mean, it hasn't come up in conversation yet, but
That's why I'm
sure,
like, if I'm asking because you're gonna be waiting here for a bit.
Oh yeah, sure. He'll bring up, he'll share what he like heard and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah, he will not hide anything.
What's up?
Even though it's a bit of a shame that I did not get to meet the elder of the Vistani, not the Vistani, fuck, the Dusko village.
Ooh.
I don't think you would like them, Sage, as they are all Shawns.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about all of them, but most of them.
But you wanted to get a chance to meet this guy?
Well, it was actually Milva who offered me the chance.
Well, we're outside the city now. When Carl gets here, I don't see why we can't stop by and say hello to your Dusk Elves.
Time is rather of the essence.
Come on, it's not really of the essence. Get a chance to say hello to the old elves and answer your nerd questions.
Shawn encampment right after you just went back on her ward, and she just implied that she might do the same.
Yeah, I don't have to go inside. You can say hello. She likes you.
Why do you play games where you know you'll lose?
I don't know. It's a very bad habit of mine, I think.
I do enjoy a good gamble, but sometimes but I don't like to gamble when the odds are overwhelmingly against my favor, unless I'm forced. At least, unless oh fuck, cannot speak. Unless I'm forced into it.
If we still want to go and meet with, if we think that if we still want to go talk with him, if we think there's something to be gained from it, yeah, we should. But perhaps that's something we should discuss with our guides.
Yes.
True.
I doubt the invite will be. Well, I'll never say never, but I doubt the invite will be rescinded or the camp will move. And it's mostly for my own personal historical curiosity to figure things out. Nothing that will help us immediately in our current quest.
Sage would just shrug.
About an hour or so later, you see Carl and the professor walking out with like heavy bags after them. As two of them approach you, and the old man will introduce himself to you as Rudolf van Richten, professor and vampire hunter.
Hey, you're coming along? That's nice.
He like looks at you and says, "Well, fighting Argyle is quite important. He brought you here, and like us, probably had his reasons. Wasn't he wasn't very talkative with us, but
Well, with us he sadly didn't appear.
that was one of my first questions. Why are you so interested in finding him?"
Well, I really think he made a mistake because from what everyone's telling me, apparently there's like a reason they bring people, and they usually have like a guide, and I think he's just trying to steal money off my person.
What?
Yeah, I think the first time I
Carl
met him.
just kind of puts his arm around you and says, "Now, what she means to say is that he brings heroes here to help us fight tyranny and oppression. And
Yeah,
yes,
but
he
sounds
probably
like-
stole from you because you look like a very gullible fool who just kind of says stupid stuff without thinking about it."
Zark is looking for Miva in the bushes as she's eating popcorn, I presume.
Rudolph just like shakes his head and says, "Say yesterday that you want to help people fight against Shar?
Yes.
Are you gonna help with that, or
I am. Both things could be true, guys.
and I'm confused about what's going on here?"
Because they were, I want to make sure because they were asking like, "Hey, why were you looking for Aragaz?" It's
Yes.
like, "Oh, I think he stole money off my person, actually."
Carl is like, no, he didn't bring you here by accident. You are clearly a hero meant to save this place."
Fucking Zark is shaking his head.
Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. That's I actually don't know if a person would like if she gets patted on the shoulder, but she will if he allows, of course.
Starts heading into the woods and they start walking down the road. Carl was kind of say it and as well. Here's the thing. You've seen this land, seen some of the people, how they live. It's not great. Like, not. I don't know actually because I have no other reference point. But I don't.
It's about on par with where I come from. Worse in some ways, better in others.
My point is, I feel like we should be able to live free of the Count and all his bullshit. I don't feel like I should have to deal with vampires coming every month to grab people who may or may not come back. That they can drink their blood and fight in some sort of war that nobody can understand or benefit from. I think it's bullshit the fact that nobody really has a choice in staying here or leaving. We're all just stuck here. Choose your branch of like bullshit. I want to believe there's something more out there.
There are many more evil devils out there. Demons, archliches,
Say
evil
that.
dragons. That's what Zog's definitely thinking right now. Is he fucking listening to this guy?
Carl is very hopeful about the outside world.
Z-
Carl
Yeah.
is just like me. He doesn't know D&D.
Xerxes does. Unlike you see, Xerxes is emotionally smart enough to not nerd emoji right now and say, "Well, actually, there's 10,000 devils
Honestly,
who want to eat your souls."
Cheshire will say, I can't speak for civilized lands, but among the Yurtgaunt, if you feel the chieftain is ruling poorly, you can challenge them, kill them, take their spot.
Well, what if the chieftain is immortal? And
Then you challenge him, then kill him, then take his spot.
okay, well, Shire, I love you dearly, but there are more talents in this world other than fighting. Can you challenge him at something else? Maybe. What if you're really good at cooking? Can you challenge him at a cooking duel?
Shire just shrugs. My mother taught me how to fight before she died. My father taught me very little else.
My point is that I believe that a world out there exists where the weak don't just get abused,
So,
and we can make a difference.
Xerxes is restraining himself from nerd emojiing right now.
Cheshire will just say, "No, I do not know where this place was taken from before all of this happened. But where I come from, no, violence is just a fact of life. I'm not saying this is good.
Well,
but I'm
how
saying-
about we get out of the vampire's grasps first, and then we change that place too. Go back to your homeland and we set that straight as well.
We can try. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you temper your expectations. The easy part, I think you'll find the easy part is getting rid of the tyrant. What comes after will be difficult.
Not to burst your bubble too much, you still have to deal with the whole Shadowfell part, the death, despair, and misery realm.
Well, maybe this Argyle, if he knows how to bring people like you in, surely he must know how to get people out. As Rudolph will add that, again, he wasn't very explicit with them either, so like I've been trying to research this place a bit, and it does seem that the Vistani are the only ones who know how to get in and out, and even they have weird rules and traditions about that, and they also answer to the count or someone from the court. But if this Argyle of yours was being kept prisoner by a servant of the court, that means two things. Either the Lich has betrayed them, in which case we might have another ally on our hands, or Argyle may have betrayed them, and we can rescue him.
Huh? Anything else? That's a plan and what's possible hope in the end of it.
Saxon thinking in the tournament side. Memphis around the corner listening. She probably behind me, standing with an invisibility spell.
Rudolph will continue all day. We'll meet up with Esmeralda and Muriel. You should be ahead of us a few hours, but I think together we can crack even a wizard tower.
Esmeralda?
She's my friend and trusted ally. The tracker I told you.
Ah. Well, always good to have more friends.
He'll nod. You will make your way, and as you are walking down the road, Carl kind of talks to you a bit, Cheshire, and says, "Your home, like, really that, like, warlike?"
Cities, the government of cities do not extend far beyond their walls. Villages and hamlets are left on their own. That's what my work was, mostly. I traveled from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, and I killed bandits, beasts, and monsters. It's not an uncommon occurrence that I would come to a village and it did not exist anymore. As for where I grew up, we are the Utgant. We live apart from civilization. It's when most people call us a violent people, they're speaking the truth.
You know what we need? We need a cool guild name.
And do you have an idea? I'm getting ready for Grunt to look right into the camera and say the name of the campaign. I'm getting ready for it.
Now Grunt will not do it. He was about to.
Ah!
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You ain't gonna be a pussy. You ain't gonna be a pussy now, are you, Grunt? You're not gonna let me beat you, right?
Gonna say, well, think. What do you think? The Saviors, maybe?
Taboo.
Saviors is good work for what is being planned. Generic though. What are we saving them? Who are we saving? What are we saving them from?
Well, we're only saving this land, so I guess it would be Barovia, right? Ah, but are we saving it though? Are we just...
It sounds like your plan is to save the people rather than the land itself.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Cheshire, because Barovia is not a place. Barovia is where the people are.
Shai actually nods at that. Like she understands that completely, actually.
I think it's time we... it's time... People always say, don't do this, it's too difficult. Keep your head down in the sand. Ah, Carl, forget about this. Carl, look out after your own family. But my entire life, I've defied everything that was told to me. I grew up reading children's stories book, and just imagining myself as one of the characters. And now here I am, grown up and still having the same dreams. I'm not gonna stop, Cheshire. I'm not gonna stop. I will redeem this land. I will redeem my family. and all the misery it has also inflicted on the people. Because my mother, my, my grandparents, they were involved in this system generations after generations. But I will break the chain.
Shire will nod at that. The true person should always follow what they believe.
Well,
My father was a raider. So was my mother. So were their mothers and fathers before them. When I left home, I could have done that. Could have burned a village, sacked caravans. I didn't. I killed the things that were troubling them. The monsters that hid in the dark. The people victimizing them.
I'm gonna need a strong, capable individual to help me with this task. I think it's a bonus that they are good looking as well.
You are a silly, funny little man, Carl. I think. She'll put an arm around him. What other choice do I have to say? But yes.
Yeah, off to the side, you can see the two of them kiss.
Oh.
As a raven flies above you, you see a woman waving in the distance. As on that note, ending the session.